Hello everybody, welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa and this is North Star Energy Healing. We are going to do a quick check-in for the sign of Libra, see what's happening. Today is Sunday, July 13th. So we're going to see what the message is. Oh, wow, that's funny. This card was just balancing right on my thumb as I was shuffling. We're going to just do a check-in and see what's happening for Libra. Let's see what the cards want to tell us. Tell you what Spirit has for a message for my beautiful Libras right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Hanged Man, High Priestess, Queen of Swords, Strength, the Leo card there. Queen of Cups. Wow, two queens. And the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Libra, let's see. All right, first card out. Hanging Man. What is this? This is seeing things in a different perspective. This is being comfortable in your own skin. This is you being you to the fullest you can be. This card is a 12. That is, if you add 1 and 2, that's a 3. This is creation and collaboration. This is creation and collaboration with you, with your gut, with your guides. That's what that is. What are you creating and collaborating with? And right after that is the High Priestess. This is a 2. This can be a choice, but this is your connection with your gut, your guides, your intuition, and all of that. I love that that is coming right after the Hanging Man, because that's exactly what that is saying. I described that as connecting in with your gut and your guides, right? Or Spirit gave me those words. I shouldn't say me. I'm Lisa. I'm just the vessel for these messages. It is not me. It is the guides, source, Spirit. Queen of Swords, truth teller, right? Cuts to the chase. Words, thoughts, she has the doves of peace around her. When this Queen of Swords tells it like it is, sometimes it cuts like a knife, but that's not how she means it. It's like me. I'm a Sagittarius and I'm very blunt sometimes. I don't do it to be hurtful. It's just me. It's just how I am. And the Queen of Swords is like that, right? She can tell you the truth even if it hurts. And when this Queen of Swords, I don't think I've ever said this before, but whatever the guides tell me to say, I say. This Queen of Swords, which can be an air sign, it can be you, right? Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, right? Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Those are air signs. Maybe it's you. And you are being blunt with somebody and you hurt them not meaning to, right? Because Libras don't like that. Libras like balance. Okay, let's just see what the rest of the cards are and see what the full message is. Strength. This is inner strength. This could have to do with not being, like, restraining what you're going to say. Because she's restraining the lion loosely. She's hanging on to that lion loosely. When we let the lion out, meaning if we were to be assertive, aggressive in how we talk to somebody, that isn't necessarily gonna get us anywhere. We may need the Queen of Cups to step in, right? And she's going to be right underneath the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. So what I'm feeling here, Libras, is a situation where you feel like you're going to blow your top, which is not typical, but something is going to trigger you. Something is going to trigger you. I'm not laughing. I'm just, it's so funny how Spirit gives me certain words to say, and I feel funny saying them sometimes. The last card out is the Knight of Pentacles. This is slow moving forward action in financial means. Your job, how you earn your living, how you earn your money, your job, your business, your finances, your material, physical things, right? Slow, and this guy is pointed all back here. Okay, so let's start from the top. Hanging Man. seeing things from a different perspective, being comfortable in your own skin, tuning into your gut so that you are comfortable, listening to that and being authentic. Here, the High Priestess is a 2. That's a choice. Oh, I forgot. The Hanging Man pairs down to a 3, which is creation and collaboration, and creating and collaborating with your higher self, with your High Priestess self, with your inner self, with your soul, with your guides, right? And then comes this Queen of Swords, cutting in there with a hard truth, right? Not meaning to hurt somebody, but possibly hurting somebody. This could be, you may have one idea about things and somebody has a different idea and you immediately want to tell them off. Again, this is not normal for Libras. They don't like that. Restraining yourself and letting in some of that Queen of Cups energy, that water sign energy. So you see now, the right where I place the cards, the 2 queens are kind of facing off, right? Facing each other, kind of facing off. In charges this Knight of Pentacles, slowly moving forward, slow progression, right? And yeah, that's kind of the medium. That's kind of in between. Because the Queen of Swords is kind of slashing energy, cutting to the chase, cutting to the truth. The Queen of Cups energy is kind of that, oh, everything will be okay. It's all right. And the Knight of Pentacles is kind of in between that, right? Moving forward, but slowly. So there may be a situation where you're going to get triggered and you're going to have to restrain yourself, but not be a pushover is what I'm hearing. Wowzers. Okay, that's interesting. What an interesting message. I don't know if I've ever had a message quite like that. So you need to feel authentic and comfortable in your own skin, right? You need to tune into your gut and your guides to know what is right for you. When you need to tell the truth, you need to tell it, but you need to tell it with some restraint. And then moving forward, oh boy, Aries, fire energy, all 4 kings there. Getting things in order, getting chaos into order, checking the boxes, making sure everything's going the way it should. Aries is a fire sign, and very fiery and passionate. There's Virgo, the Hermit, that's going within. Okay, so I'm feeling kind of like the Aries energy is going with that Queen of Swords energy, and the Hermit energy is going with that High Priestess, Queen of Cups energy. Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Now you have Taurus, and then you have the 3 of Cups celebrating. Okay, that's what they want from that deck. Now let's go over that. I said it kind of fast. So in comes this Emperor, Aries, fiery energy, this bossy, masculine energy coming in. This could be this could be the triggering thing. Somebody coming in who's being a little too bossy. Maybe you have a collaboration going with somebody and they're just wanting to, how can I say, they're saying hone in, get into all your business and tell you what they think. And this could be that triggering moment where you have to balance the Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups energy. Then we have the Hermit, right? The Hermit is a 9. That's almost there. This is Virgo energy. This is perfectionism. This is going within. This is going into the cave. But this is also seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So getting through the situation by connecting in with that High Priestess Hermit energy. Okay? Wow. All right. Wow. I would love to know if you care to share in the comments what is going on. Because this, I think the last couple of Libras messages have been a little more positive, but about, I think, if I recall, the last one was about setting boundaries or something. I could be wrong, but that's, maybe my guides are giving me that because they want you to be reminded about setting boundaries, not only for others, but for yourself, right? Setting boundaries that you don't want others to cross, and setting boundaries that you don't want to cross, right? With this possible triggering situation. Then you have the Hierophant. This is 5. The Hierophant is beliefs. It could be religious beliefs. It's traditional beliefs. You may be wanting to cut from tradition and do things your own way. This is also Taurus energy, which is very bullish. So the Hermit on either side of him has the Aries fiery energy, the Taurus bullish earth energy, and trying to navigate between those two. It's similar to what I was saying about the earthiness of that Knight of Pentacles and those two queens with the pushover energy and the being too vocal or too forceful energy. But the last card out is the Three of Cups. This is celebration. Threes are creation and collaboration. You started with the energy of three, with the Hanging Man, and your uniqueness and your beauty and your authenticity, being yourself, and you end with the energy of three, celebrating who you are, right? Celebrating who you are. Who cares if you're going to move ahead slowly? Nobody. It's still progress. Moving ahead is still progress. But you have some tricky energies to navigate through. Really tricky energies, Libra, right now, to navigate through with those two Queen energies and the Aries and Hierophant energies. With that Hermit trying to shine a light. Your High Priestess energy, your inner guide energy, your intuition energy, trying to guide you between the two Queens and between the Emperor and Hierophant. Wowzers. Okay. Love to know what this is about. Even a one-word hint, I would love to know in the comments. Yeah, wow. Something, right? That's something. Jeepers creepers. Navigating through that. Navigating through. Okay, we're going to get a Magical Times Oracle, and then we'll get some Animal Oracles to wrap it up. Let's see. I like the Magical Times because it's really positive. I think every card in here has a positive connotation to it. So I like the energy of this deck. Oh my gosh, look at that. Flipped right over. I already know what this is. That's my St. Francis of Assisi card. So when readers connect with decks, there are certain cards that will remind them of things, and Spirit will sometimes use those cards to bring about that energy. This is my grandmother's energy. St. Francis, her name was Frances, and I was told years ago that anytime I saw St. Francis, it was her coming through. My grandmother was a gentle, loving, kind soul. She loved everyone. It didn't matter who they were. She never locked her house, the car, anything. She said, if somebody robs me, then they needed it more than I do. And she did not have a lot of money. She was a week-to-week survivor financially. So someone needs to hear that. I don't know why, but this gentleness card reminds me of St. Francis because of just the way it's depicted there with the doves and the animals. So strength is gentle. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. Strength is gentle. True kindness has wings. Love in action endures. Yeah. So, and this is also, remember how this person, this inner strength here, is gently holding the lion back. So, kind of a couple messages about gentle strength. I like it. Oh, whoops. I put my animal deck back over here. All right. Let's see what animal wants to come through for you, Libras. Wow, this has been really interesting. Really, really interesting. Navigating. Leo had a similar message about navigating through some issues. So if Leo is in your birth chart as your rising sign or moon or Venus or something, you may want to watch that as well, because both Leo and Libra have had, or it looks like they're going to have some challenges to navigate through. All right. Whoops. Wow. Okay. Cobalt. I don't know if I've pulled that before. Jeepers creepers. Cobalt and Griffin. I think Leo also had a Griffin come through with the Magical Times. Good Lord. Okay. Libra and Leo. Similar. 39. That is a 12. Again, the 3. The energy of creation and collaboration. Cobalt. Protector of animals. Guide of the wild nature. Huh. The only thing we got about animals is in the gentleness one. Is love in action, endurance, strength is gentle. That's the St. Francis energy. St. Francis loved animals. I can't imagine that this has something to do with animals, but maybe the oracle part of this is for certain Libras. Maybe it does have something to do with animals. I don't know. Protector of animals, guide of the wild nature. 39. 3. Also some Tesla energy going on. 26. This is an 8, mastery and infinity. This is Griffin. Beautiful, right? It's hard for me to read in the camera. I don't know why it does. It focuses, I think, more on the photo, and then I can't see the words. Balance, strength, and wisdom. Fight with honor. Balance your strength and wisdom and fight with honor. Fight, well, I mean, I don't really want to encourage anybody to fight. Arguing or defending your position would be maybe a better, do that honorably, right? So if you get triggered, remember to stay true to yourself and be honorable, right? Wow, Libras, quite a message here. Okay, don't forget the 3 of Cups celebration you want to get to by balancing things out, right? Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you found something of help in here, red flags, or just bringing awareness to some situation around you. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.